flex, flex. The livest one in the section. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the.
Tyson Fury being spoken to by Ben Davison. And there's the moment, the pre-fight kiss. I have never, ever seen that before.
So there's been a few, but people take drugs, don't they, in boxing? They all take drugs, I'd say. All of them.
Really?
Yeah. I'd say they're all abusing performance enhancers or weight strippers or whatever they're going to do to take drugs. I think they all take drugs. All athletes.
Define all. Who's
everybody?
Well, obviously you're not talking about yourself, so.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Well, it's time to bleed this morning. Drew Titan Bronson on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Come on in. Smash the like button. Like the video. Share the video. We are our own algorithm. Miguel and Jerome has been thoroughly exposed. Things are in action. Things are in motion to right their wrongs. But in the meantime, you see a link pinned to the top. This very live stream on Rumble. I encourage everyone to follow me and follow Stormy and follow the General and follow Coach B Hudson on Rumble. Our options are open. Follow us on Rumble. Follow us on Patreon. Because we are proactive. Pointing out a discrepancy without action is just complaining. We're taking action. Yes, sir. But whatever. Let's do this roll call because I want to get to this topic. Anwar Willis, Stormy B, man. Salute to you. Taiwa, Coach B Hudson, man, that was a powerful live this morning. And it's crazy because like minds think alike. What you was talking about this morning is exactly where I'm going. Ain't that crazy? And this is only part one. Part two will probably be Wednesday. Because tomorrow's Monkey Tuesday. We got to talk about that big ape. Shogun, salute. The real Mr. Shelton. Salute. Mind of Mansa Musa. My brother Mark Nash in the building. Salute. Go subscribe to my brother Mark Nash. Salute. Thomas, what's going on? Slim Hussein. Freedom's March. Jay from round the way. Y'all must have forgot. Yes, sir. Todd Swindle. St. Louis Mix. Young Abel in the building. What's good? Ooh, jumped on me. Joe, what's good, Joe? Smoke and Talk. Real Baltimore in the building. Real Baltimore in the building. Go subscribe to Smoke and Talk. He's a reaction channel. Got me crying, laughing over there when he reacts to those police videos. Oh, Lord. Hysterical. Smoke and Talk. Real Baltimore in the building. Salute. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. Just so I'm clear, I ain't forget these three clowns. And there's more, but I want to focus on these three clowns right here. These three in particular. You see, the problem I have with you boxing, my brother I Rock in the building, salute. The problem I have with today's boxing fanatics is you guys have short-term memory if you're even paying attention at all. If you even paying attention at all. Y'all not paying attention. And I tell you all the time, my memes tell a story. What are these three fools doing right here? Let's get some class participation. What are these three fools doing right here? What are they doing? What are they doing? Here, take that. Here, you hold that. I'm going to hold that. We're going to hold that up. What do you think they're doing? I'm firing shots. Rod Neal, salute. Freedom's March and that super chat. Salute to you, good brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Passing around some white cloth, aren't they? Yeah. Yep. Oh, boy. Yeah, right. I'm firing shots. Shout out to young Abel. 33 years old today, man. Happy born day, kid. Another trip around the universe, man. Salute to you, good brother. Yes, sir. Happy born day, kid. Much love. Yes, sir. 33 Scorpios in the building. Jose, what up? You know, the only thing I couldn't do was make them put it on their head. That'd have been a little too much. And, you know, YouTube, you know, you can't talk about people that they subliminally support. But whatever. Just so I'm clear, I don't like these dudes. And they've done enough for me to justify everything that I say about them. My position on them has everything to do with their behavior and what they've done, or what they haven't done. So let's walk this down. All right. When I say what they haven't done, if you're a Teofimo Lopez fan, what has he done for you as far as boxing is concerned? I'll wait. Well, I ain't gonna wait for you too long. Oh, well, he beat Lomachenko. Watch this. You ready for this argument? Oh, man, that was like 5 years ago. Y'all don't like that? Well, it's true. He only beat Loma 5 years ago. It's like, well, we was coming out the pandemic when that happened. What did he do? Beat Josh Taylor? That was like 4 years ago. What you done for me lately? I got more things that he hasn't done than what he's done in that boxing ring. You know what he's done outside the boxing ring? Talk negative about black people and try and brush it off, saying, I'm just marketing myself at my expense, at my people's expense. No. F you very much. No. We ain't gonna do that. Or that banana talk, whichever monkey wants the banana. Right? You know what's even more strange is how people still seem to disregard that and still go up to this kid for autographs and pictures and whatever. They don't even do autographs no more. You take pictures with clowns like this little snot-nosed pig. And when people come into the chat and try and troll and big him up, look at who you're bigging up, man. So you co-sign everything that he does. That's what we doing? That's what we doing? At any point, did I say he wasn't talented? No. It's just frustrating that with all that talent, you're still insecure and you got to behave that way. That's your marketing? To degrade black people? That's what you're going to do? Well, check this out. $11 million, you could have punched the ultimate black person in the face. The one that everyone hates right now, Devin Haney. You didn't even do that because you're a coward. You're an insecure coward. Your ex-wife is getting plowed by Ben Wallace. Your sister's getting plowed by Ron Artest. I'm dropping names. I'm just saying shit. Not really. But those men that are plowing the women that you claim you love, their dicks are as big as your entire body. Their dicks could run around in your division and hold the belt. Because any dick could hold a belt nowadays, right? And you still ain't want no smoke. $11 million, you ain't want no smoke. Clown. But everybody could disregard and disrespect black people and say, hey, man, he's just kidding. He's just marketing himself. Let me tell you something, man. If Devin Haney's last name was Schwartz and he was brown-haired and green-eyed and wore a goddamn yarmulke to the ring, if he had said that, it'd have been over for him. He'd be blackballed everywhere. He would literally have to go to Honduras and fight. And he'd probably get blackballed there too, because they would go and pay them not to air his fights. So just so I'm clear, I don't deal with Teofimo Lopez. I'll tell the truth in reference to boxing. But as a person, no. This guy has openly ducked Devin. And prior to them getting more the recognition that they're getting now, prior to that, he was in cahoots with the WBC and the WBO to make Devin's path a lot harder than it needed to be. Back in 2018, y'all don't know what I'm talking about? Pay attention, and you can replay this and screen record this all you want. This is 2018, Teofimo Lopez. I remember this, but I said, what the hell is he talking about? And we found out later, but I need y'all to listen.
Hey, Devin Haney made a comment, trying to make whatever it is, but at the end of the day, Devin, you don't know. The WBC is not going to have you, even if you do the competition, they're not going to have you fight for the title. You can get mad at everything. I'm fighting for the title after this fight, for the IBF. And then after that, me and Loma for all four. And where are you? You're not going to get a shot, bro. And you don't know that, but we do. And that's what we did. I'm not going to fight more fights. So it is what it is, man. Talk what you got to talk, my dude. But at the end of the day, you're not becoming a world champion at 135.
Oh. Now I watched that and I said, what is he talking about? This is before we developed a relationship with the Haneys. I said, what's he talking about? He can't be talking about freezing out that kid Devin, can he? And I said, oh, man. Oh, boy. That's his contemporary. He don't want to fight him? That was 2018, y'all. That was, 2 years before the pandemic? Oh, yeah, thank you, Just Spark. By the way, that audio I just played, I can't find that video on YouTube anymore. Champside said it's there. I can't find it. I wasn't even doing content back then. And I remember watching it. I said, that's strange. And then when I said, wait a minute, when he started acting crazy, I said, didn't I watch a video with this dude talking about how you're going to freeze Devin out? Devin is doing the active work, fighting for position, and he's out here playing chess. He's out here trying to play chess. But who was helping him? When he said, you don't know that, but we do. And that's what we did. I said, who's we? Well, at that time, he had a WBO. Didn't he have a WBO belt? No, I'm sorry. He didn't have a WBO, but he was a top-ranked fighter. That's what it was. Who owns the WBO? Basically, it's Bob Arum. Whatever Bob orders, WBO. You see, this fool said the quiet part out loud with that interview. So the Lopez family sat down with Mauricio Silliman, and I think that franchise status that wasn't thought of off a hook and a prayer. No. They had that on an idea board for a long time. That's what I believe. And when it came time for a black fighter to shine, in the event that their Latino fighter had a belt, they said, you know what? Nope. If it's going to be too close, we're going to block this. Or the non-black fighter, let's just say that, because Mauricio Suleiman, they don't see any value in black fighters at all. The WBC doesn't. They just been in situations where the dominant fighter was a black fighter. But they will work to get that shit off your waist. Loma, you're Ukrainian, you're white. We got to do something to protect you. We don't want you fighting the big bad Devin Haney. Right? Let me give you one of these franchises. Give up that belt and just send it to him. You're the one that's celebrated. He's hated. And instead of ripping Loma for ducking Devin, y'all chose to call Devin the email champion. Y'all remember that? So Teofimo Lopez, right? So then when this clown, BVR, I'm gonna drop a link in the second half of the show. I'll answer all your questions, but Wilder would never take the franchise status, just so I'm clear. That's a duck belt. Everybody takes a franchise status that didn't want to fight their mandatories. That's what Lomachenko did. That's what Canelo Alvarez did. That's what Loma did. That's what Canelo did. Canelo was supposed to fight Jamal Charlo when the fight was hot. And I said, okay, Canelo got a problem now. Franchise. And I said, okay, I don't care. They said, well, you can't be the franchise status and the real WBC champion. I said, well, so? Well, you can move up and down and weight and defend your status. I'm like, so what? Well, Canelo could go up to the next weight class or down the next weight class and walk in through the front door and get a shot at the champion. I'm like, well, that's not fair to the champion in the other weight class. That's not fair. So I said, well, okay, well, Canelo got cojones. He's going to fight Jamal anyway, right? Nope. And the world didn't say anything. If the first franchise champion was black and did anything remotely close to what these franchise belt waivers did, they will be lynched. Not crucified. That's what good Christian white people. Lynched is what we get. Convos with Cam. Salute to the queen. Salute. She says, good morning, family. Working today, but we'll catch the replay. Peace and blessings to you always. Go subscribe to our queen. Convos with Cam. Salute to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, queen. Yeah, I'm getting to that, BVO. I'm getting to that. It's all relevant. Everything I'm saying is all relevant. Why I don't fuck with these three fools here. And I find it distasteful and disgusting when anybody fucks with these guys. And I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. I don't play with this. This ain't nothing to play with. This is not a game. I'm not joking. No, absolutely not. So we're still cooking the insecure little dick Teofimo Lopez right here. All right. So this clown, let me sip my OJ. And these three fools need to be OJ'd. Boss, if you know, you know. So this clown, right? When he says, Devin, you don't know that, but we did. I was like, what is he talking about? Okay, so he's a top-ranked fighter. That's the WBO. What does he mean? You don't know that, but we did. Devin Haney being the WBC champion was bad for business, so they protected Lomachenko. Game of franchise. Loma ducks Devin. Y'all didn't say anything. Goes in there and says, well, I could beat Tio, but he had a bad shoulder. Aaron, what up? If I missed you in the chat, know that I love you. Accurate, what up? So now, he gets in there. We was just coming out the pandemic. He fights Loma. Loma didn't throw a punch for fucking 6 rounds. He starts turning up at the end of the fight, but it wasn't enough. Tio wins. I applauded Tio when he won. because I didn't know who he was as a person at that time. But something funny happened in that ring. They gave him the green belt. And I said, what is that? I'm just watching like, what the hell is that? I said, that's the franchise status? I said, wait a minute. Do y'all remember why that was so strange? Main Event Mark, my brother. Y'all remember why that was so strange? Because you remember one of the rules, the franchise status, is that you can't lose a status in the ring. You have to request it. It has to be voted on. And once they agree to give it to you, you can do whatever you want, but you don't lose it. It's a special privilege. So I said, well, if it can't be transferred, you can't lose it. Why the hell is Teofimo walking around with that belt? Why is he leaving with it? What is that? They changed the rules that night. Or when that fight got signed. Anything but Devin Haney waving that belt at 35, right? Anything but Devin Haney, right? So let's review. What they did was they invented the second franchise status. Canelo was the first one. They invented another status at 35 for Loma. Gave Devin that belt when he clearly wanted to fight for it. They gave it to him. Loma gets into the ring with Teofimo. He loses it. They said, okay, now it's transferable. True boxing night, salute. Then they give it to Teofimo. That's what happened. That's what happened. Gave it to him. And then he started running around talking about, I'm undisputed. No, sir. Teofimo Lopez was never undisputed. Now, I know, buck dancing super coons, buck dancing super light-skinned coons with beady eyes. They'll tell you, oh, well, Tio, I feel you was really undisputed because Lomachenko, he was undisputed. He was WBC champion, and then he gave the belt. Oh, I'm sorry, what'd you say? He gave the belt to who? Devin? So if he vacated, because that's what he did, and Devin picked it up, guess what? Jermaine Jubilee, salute. If he vacated it, that means he wasn't the champion. He was not the champion. Guess what? If he didn't vacate, Loma would have had to fight Devin. Teofimo would have had to fight the winner of Loma and Devin. Loma didn't want to fight Devin. He said, how do I get out of this? Teofimo's a lesser of two evils. Mauricio Suleiman said, I got an idea. Franchise. Dump that belt, take this fight, Teofimo. Whether it's the Ukrainian or the Honduran, I'm good as long as it's not the nigga. That's what he did. Because had he had fought Devin then, Tio would have had to fight Devin because Devin would have beat Loma. Had he have fought, if Loma had fought Devin, Devin would have beat him back then. You don't believe me? Why he dumped the belt then? Why he dumped the belt? Because he was scared. Tio beats Loma. He says, I'm undisputed. I said, no, you're not. The real WBC belt is held by Devin Haney. So you let Taco Hat tell you, oh, no, I think you're the real champion because you beat Loma. No, how it goes is, if Loma don't dump the belt, he has to fight Devin. And Loma knows he would have lost. Which is why he did what he did. Don't tell me your opinion. I'm looking at what these niggas do. A lot of you clowns hold these fighters on some pedestal and it doesn't match. It does not match. Your fighter could beat the world, but I'm like, yo, he got like 1 million contemporaries. He ain't fight none of these guys? No, it don't match, bro. It doesn't match. Keep talking about how clear his skin is, though. I don't want to be in the same room when this dude's fighting on the screen because you might get a bulge in your pants. You are straight sus. Dude walk on the screen, they be like,
Beefy.
Pillow biters. Teofimo Lopez was never undisputed. We got J-Lo. Remember Triller? This guy was trying to maximize his dollar. I never said he wasn't talented, but he's just not popular like that. No one cares to watch him like that. So when he does finally settle down and says, hey, man, I'm going to fight this guy. George Kambosos, he postponed that fight 1,000,000 times. I got on my airwaves and I did a video and I said, man, look, I don't know much about George Kambosos, but I know I just came from Manhattan and they misspelled that man's name in Manhattan on a billboard. I said, that's fucked up. I had a picture of it, but it was on my old phone. I done went through like 3 phones since then. I said, man, I don't know much about him, but I hope he win. And I'll be damned. He came into my city and beat T.O.'s ass. He took those belts and then he started acting up. But that's another story. I'm talking about these 3 clowns right here. Devin Haney was the real last piece to that puzzle. T.O. didn't do it. And all you clowns I was running around saying, T.O.'s not ducking Devin. T.O.'s not ducking Devin. All right, there's no belts involved now. And there was $11 million on the table. After this kid kicking and screaming, talking about, I never made a mill, I never made a mill. Well, Turkey Al-Sheikh had 11 of those things for you. And you said, what? No. You're a clown. And people will take pictures with this clown, this racist clown. Whichever monkey want the banana. Word? That's just a game with you? You think that's funny? I don't. And if I'm ever in the same vicinity as him, he can't play that race game with me. Because that same vicinity, I'll have to alter the word and call it striking distance. Yes, I will launch this little motherfucker. Don't play with me. Do it from a safe distance. You ain't gonna play with me. He ain't like that. I know that. Clown. It's amazing. I gotta stop and do shows like this. All I want to do is talk about the sport. But this sport been racist. Now let's go to big ass Tyson Fury. This fat water buffalo drunk, coke sniffing, hanging out with gangsters, bastard sinner. What happened to all the American Fury fans? Y'all quiet? And I'm talking about you knuckle draggers, one of melanin complexion. I don't see y'all. There were never any Fury fans. There were Wilder haters. Let's keep it a stack. There were never any Black American Fury fans. There were Black American Wilder haters. And I asked all of them that I could find, what is your problem with Deontay? And nothing they said made sense. Nothing. Deontay Wilder been an underdog since he put gloves on. Some of it wasn't pretty to watch, but he made it. Now, last I checked, that's a great American story. American. I am a real American story. This man started fighting because he said, my daughter's handicapped. I can't pay for what she needs. Whatever he was doing, delivering beer off a truck. He said, you know what? I'm going to go to the gym and start hitting people. And with that style that y'all say y'all hate, he was able to get a medal in the Olympics. He ain't going to do shit. Watch this. And you found that the skinny, dark-skinned brother from Alabama, there was something in that right hand that made him able to compete with people that was boxing all of their life. The man had grit and power, and sometimes that might be all you need. This man was a great American story. And what did you niggas do? Clarence, I see you. Del Riv, Tay-Tay, I see you. Salute. What did you niggas do? I ain't even gonna say that y'all turned on them. Y'all just never liked them. Y'all are raised to hate yourself. That's what you know. You think I don't know? I was reading some of these comments. I dissected all of it. I'm like, man, what the fuck? And when these cats are writing how they talk, when you have to put the term, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I mean, in a comment, I know everything about you. When you're typing in shorthand and you have a strong opinion and you're typing a graphic novel and I can't understand nigga nonsense, loophead, lingo. Listen, I can speak some slang, but I don't know these new words, a lot of it. My slang stops like around in the 90s. All this other shit that y'all be talking about, I don't comprehend, because at the end of the day, I could speak proper English. What's sad is most of you monkeys cannot. Yeah, and I'm talking about you knuckle draggers. You knuckle draggers. Give me a minute, Insane. You knuckle draggers. I don't understand when y'all talk. I don't. You knuckle draggers can't speak English. Leg break MMA. I'll talk about that tomorrow, brother. I'll talk about that tomorrow. I don't want to, talk about that today. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. I'm talking about this right here. These three fools right here. So when I'm seeing black people degrade Deontay Wilder in defense of this guy. And let me tell you, I knew it was a Deontay issue because once he started kicking down these barriers, everything that people said about him, they started to eat their words with every fight. Because I remember a lot of people were supposed to, Bermane Stiverne was supposed to beat him. And as a matter of fact, Bermane Stiverne, leading up to that fight, that was a fight that was supposed to stop Deontay. But he ends up winning. And then y'all saw what the rematch was. That was just crazy. He had him yoga posing. And what ended up happening, since then, he was a WBC champion, right? And since then, the hate grew. Everybody he fought was supposed to beat him. Enter King Kong Ortiz. First, people are like, oh, he's not going to take that fight. He ain't going to take. I'm like, y'all don't see this dude? Either he's too dumb to understand fear, or he's really like that. This dude's like that. He got a lot in common with Evander Holyfield, don't he? Evander Holyfield fought every killer that was in or around him. If Ike Ibeabuchi didn't go to prison, he'd have fought him too. Do y'all know about his training camp for Mike Tyson, by the way? And it's just a little sidebar. He was running a gauntlet with dudes. One of those dudes was David fucking Tua, who was an active fighter at that time. You're training for Mike Tyson and you're sparring with David Tua? What the fuck? What's wrong with you, Evander? Now, let me tell you how big of a heart Deontay Wilder has. Deontay fights King Kong Ortiz right here in my city. Stops him. Everybody, not stop. Well, I'm sorry, he did stop him. He stopped him, and everyone said that the ref cheated for him and everything else. Paulie Malignaggi, he's talking his, racist undertones and all this other stuff. And I'm like, all right, well, he beat him. Deontay says, all right, F that, I'm going to run it back. Never mind the fact that King Kong Ortiz was Anthony Joshua. That was his responsibility, but he didn't do it. And people went from saying Deontay will never do it to when he did do it and he stopped King Kong, they said that everyone cheated for him. It's not what I saw, but whatever. So Deontay says, all right, I'll run it back. Even Evander Holyfield say, hey, man, why is he doing that? He don't have to. But y'all remember Deontay couldn't even get a fight? Because in between that, I believe Alexander Povetkin, that fight was on the table. Deontay was on his way to Russia. They said, hey, man, get on a plane and go back home. This kid popped dirty. Again. Alexander Povetkin popped again. And somehow, I was on Facebook at the time, somehow that was Deontay's fault. Man, everyone that's fighting Deontay, something wrong with them, something strange. So, wow, Deontay has a whole group of people that are spiking people's food and shit like that? No, that wasn't it. You want to talk about shit getting spiked? Let's get to it. So he fights King Kong Ortiz again, stops him. Stops him. Now what? I'm reading comments. Oh, well, he was losing the fight. I said, well, Deontay loses rounds. I ain't say he was the best boxer in the world, but he can box. And how did it end? What are we talking about? What the fuck? And these are black Americans saying this. And then they got the nerve to say, well, I'm just keeping it boxing. You keeping it racing. No, 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 no. That's what they want you to say. That's why I still see niggas taking fucking pictures with Teofimo Lopez. That's why. That's why he thinks it's okay he can walk around, because we not on one accord. He shouldn't feel comfortable after what he said. After what he said, he should be uncomfortable. He should be spending money on security, because you never know. But you knuckle draggers let him walk around freely. You don't make him feel uncomfortable. And that's why people do what they do to us. Now, getting back to Tyson Fury. Delano, salute. I see you, brother. Big Joe Townsend. Well Constricted. J Bean, salute. Quan, what up? Joe the Beast. Now, Tyson Fury, when he was at home, almost 400 pounds, wouldn't give Vladimir Klitschko the rematch, lied about that, popped dirty, got suspended, was sitting at home 400 pounds and depressed. What did Deontay do, y'all? What do black people always do? We always extend the olive branch, because that's in our nature. Even when you do some foul shit, we're trained to love thy enemy. Forgive, forgive, forgive. Dillian Roof wet up a whole goddamn church of defenseless black elderly people. He stood on that goddamn, when he was getting addressed by the judge, people that were family members of the slain still got in that damn courtroom and said, I forgive you. What? I'm sorry. I'm not perfect, man. No, I'm not even gonna apologize. I'm not perfect. They were right for bringing Dillian Roof out in that bulletproof vest. Because if that was my family, oh yeah, I'm talking Frank Castle style. If you know, you know. Why did he have a bulletproof vest on? Because I said that sarcastically. But why did he have a bulletproof vest on? If that was a black man in a white church, they'd have brought him out and put a fucking bullseye on his chest. Make sure you don't miss. In fact, when they went and retrieved him, he'd have been dead. They were like, well, he pulled a gun out on us. We shot him. Y'all don't know that these crackers are on code. You understand that? You understand that? This is the world we live in, y'all. Boxing is a direct reflection of life. So when Fury was on the couch depressed, Deontay Wilder says, come on back. The boxing world needs the Gypsy King. Gave him a payday. And what does he do? When that black American man extended an olive branch to him to get money in his pocket and get back in the limelight, how does he treat him? He does that. Now, since that was revealed, a lot of you knuckle draggers, you big-lipped, hairy-backed knuckle draggers who bend the knee for masa every day. Y'all started posting pictures of fighters punching and their gloves bending. No, they never bent like this, ever. This is impossible. When a glove is permanently affixed and taped up, this can't happen. I don't care what you say. I've been taped up many a time. When Jack Reese got on Barbershop Conversations and he was explaining himself, I said, oh no, I'm in the chat going nuts. Like, no, you're lying, Jack. You're lying. Oh, these are big guys. The gloves come off. No, that is a lie. Tay Jones was in the locker rooms every time Deontay fought. Tay said, Drew, it takes about 4 people to pull those fucking gloves on Deontay's hands. After they're wrapped up, you got to pull them on. He can't do it. You unlace them, you pull them on, they're permanently affixed, you tape them up, the commission reviews it and signs it. How did he, look, this don't happen unless it's Tyson Fury. Y'all don't remember Christian Hammer? Y'all forgot? Y'all forgot what happened with Christian Hammer? Hold on. I got you. Because y'all have short-term memory. Let me move this. Fair use.
It's Christian Hammer. Here now is Jimmy Lennon Jr.
The thumb is detached. Let me tell you something, man. That just doesn't happen. I'm telling you it does not. It ain't sports talking that super chat. He says, you notice after Wilder was cheated, other fighters were checking gloves before fights, but Wilder was lying, though, shaking my head. Exactly. Because I had a bunch of knuckle draggers saying, hey, man, this don't happen in boxing. You just started watching boxing 2 years ago. This don't happen in boxing. But everybody started checking gloves. As a matter of fact, that Mexican dude tried to cheat O'Shaquie Foster, and they caught him. Remember that? It ain't happened to Deontay. But everyone started checking gloves, though. And people were getting caught. It's not about race, though. But this happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the O2 Arena in London as Frank Warren presents the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Queensberry Promotions in association with Fury Promotions and Hennessy Sports. Sponsored by Raynham Steel, Didier Patisserie. From Sweden, Michael Hook. From Germany, Frank Michael Maas. And from Birmingham, England, Terry O'Connor. Our referee in charge, he'll be giving instructions after the introductions. From Twickenham in England, Marcus.
How the hell did he leave the locker room with that dysfunction? How did he leave the locker room with that glove malfunction? How? But the commissions be back there. They watch things. Man, Conor Loco told me he's been in locker rooms looking at people getting their hands wrapped and the gloves and everything. He said the commission person is in the back there on their phone playing Candy Crush. They ain't paying attention to shit. That's why you have to have the opposing team in the locker room so they can review it. Y'all understand why they do that now? Do you get it? No, you don't get it. Because all you know is, oh, well, Drew, you're racist. It's not about race. You know what I mean? It's not about, wait, pass that blunt, yo. No, you know what I'm saying? You don't understand what's going on, Drew. I'm saying his hair, though. I'm saying the hair, though. I'm saying he from the trenches. He from the block. I'm saying Deontay lost because he don't know how to box, my nigga. You know what I mean? I'm not talking to you. Your parents failed you. They didn't send you to school and made sure you stayed there. 2 years into junior high school, if they realize that you can't form a proper English, they fucked up. I'm not talking to you niggas.
McDonald. Ladies and gentlemen, just been informed by the referee we have an equipment delay, a split glove. We have a short delay before the start of the instructions and the beginning of this bout.
Well, I've not seen this before. Before the fight's even started, they found a problem with the glove, presumably sustained while working on the pads before coming out.
So that happened when he was hitting pads? That happened while he was hitting, never, ever. Now, if this was a person that this never happened to, I might give him the benefit of doubt. But if you go back before this, he fought a man named John McDermott. Y'all don't know what happened there? He pulled a switcheroo on John McDermott. In the article that I remember reading, his team was like, the gloves that Fury had, the gloves that were selected by McDermott were official gloves. The gloves that Fury ended up dicking around with the contract, the gloves that he was using were literally built with the higher potential to take lives. So McDermott was in there with one set of gloves and Fury was in there with another set of gloves. And of course he won the fight. Y'all remember what happened with Steve Cunningham? My brother USS Cunningham out of Philly. Salute to my brother. Y'all remember that fight? You remember what the ref said after that fight? He said, Fury is the worst fighter I ever had to officiate. And I had Andrew Galata twice. Y'all remember that? He said Fury, and that ref has since died. I can't think of his name right now, but he's since died. So rest in power to him. He said Tyson Fury is the worst fighter I ever had to officiate in my life. And I had Andrew Galata twice. Steve Cunningham was kicking Fury's ass. Knocked him down and all that. What did he do? Start clinching and leaning and clinching and leaning and clinching and leaning and leaning and clinching and leaning. Broke the fucking rules. Well, Cunningham was on my show on more than one occasion. Eddie Cotton, thank you, Ratchet. And he talked about it. They also sued. It was unsuccessful. Exactly. So Deontay Wilder gets this fat fuck off the damn couch. And this fat fuck cheats him. In the second fight, right? Because the first fight was a draw, which was bullshit. I don't know how you knock someone down. Let me give y'all a little bit of math. I don't know how this works. When you have a draw, that means in a championship fight, there's 12 rounds. That means you split 6-6. How the fuck is it a draw when you drop this motherfucker twice and there's 2 10-8 rounds? Just think about it. Just think about it. See, some of you knuckle draggers can't even count. You don't know the rules and regulations of boxing. You don't know why when we call things a robbery, you don't even know why we're talking about it. You don't even know why. Oh, it's just a robbery because you like Deontay. No, it's a robbery because I know math. The business got involved. And in the first fight, it was a long-ass count, and goddamn Jack Reese did everything but literally pull him up off the damn ground. And what was his excuse? I did what was best for boxing? He told that to Fred on Barbershop Conversations. I said, he really said that shit out loud, didn't he? He really did say that out loud. Son of a bitch. Man, these motherfuckers is really bold with it, right? They think we're not listening. But you knuckle draggers see things like that go over your head. You know why? You're so comfortable arguing in the name of massa. Y'all are conditioned to come fight with people that look like you. Case in point, I just told y'all, hey, man, Paulie Malignaggi just said everything that we've been saying about Tank Davis for the last 4 years. He has his own YouTube channel. He's on Boxing Scene on their YouTube channel. He goes live on his own YouTube channel. Why don't you go over to his comment section and start raising hell with him? Or when he goes live, tell him to drop a link so you go argue with him. Y'all don't do that. Y'all don't do that. He just said the same shit I said. But you're comfortable over here. Oh, he black, so he understands. No. Fuck y'all, man. Fuck y'all. Seriously. Sidebar, I'll be talking about Tank tomorrow. And I will be dropping a link relatively early. Any one of you knuckle draggers that get on my goddamn panel and start speaking on behalf of this kid, because I'm going to tell nothing but truth like I always do. I'm going to ask you, did you take your same argument to Paulie Maggs? And if you didn't, I'm kicking you off. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. He put up a whole video before he went over there and had his bare knuckle fight. Left him looking like Frankenstein. He did a whole video about Tank. He wasn't belligerent. He said everything that I've said. Everything. If I can't go to his video, that very video, which I've saved, if I can't go to that video and see you have commented and gone back and forth with anyone who addressed your comment, don't talk to me. Do not talk to me. Because I see now I got to start making you guys feel very uncomfortable. If you ain't dressed Paulie, don't address me. Because I'm not the problem. People, I have a little YouTube channel, and I'm on Rumble now. Salute to everyone following me on Rumble. Paulie is a former world champion. He's in the media, and he's an active fighter. They will listen to Paulie a million times before they listen to me. especially since I'm black. So go on over there and fight the good fight. Don't fight with me. I know I wanted what was best for Tank. A guy like Paulie never did. Remember, Paulie got beat up by Sean Porter so bad, he thought that he insisted that Sean Porter was on drugs. I said, no, Sean Porter's just a roughhouse and he wasn't going to box with you. And you just wasn't strong enough to deal with it. That's all that was. When Sean Porter ever popped? Ever. It's never happened. It's never happened. Dumbass goes to the doctor. Hey, Paulie, yeah, you look like you got hit by a truck there. What's going on there, Paulie? I got hit by a truck. Oh, my God, I knew that guy was on drugs. That fucking Mooley, he was on drugs. No. Did anyone say, hey, Paulie, you a liar? Did y'all niggas get on Paulie's case? Paulie, you a liar. You just got beat up. Take your loss like a man. Y'all did that? Nope. Y'all let Paulie run around and insinuate all of that about our brother Sean Porter. That's what y'all did. And I use that term loosely when I talk about brother, because speaking of which, speaking of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, the second fight, Sean Porter was one of the niggas on the couch. When I came home and I looked at the screen and I saw Larry Merchant on the couch and I said, the fuck is he doing there? Back when I thought that the PBC was a black thing, I just thought that, you know, something ran by a black man. He had people in charge that were of the same ethnicity that were able to watch things like that. And one of the things you should never do is let Larry fucking Merchant in the door. The racist that he is. I said, what the fuck is he doing? And the worst thing I could have did was unmute the TV, because I unmuted it right at when he went on his, you know, monologue. Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Is this the last we've seen, and no offense, of the great black hope? And I'm looking at Sean Porter with all of his teeth out his mouth, looking like a xenomorph with an afro. I mean, all he had to do was run around and chase Sigourney Weaver around the goddamn studio. He's sitting there smiling. I'm like, what the fuck is he smiling? I'm looking around like, who? Man, I almost took my Timberland off and hit my damn TV. That night, I wasn't more disgusted at that. What I found out later was some bullshit. Tay Jones gets a call. It says, hey, man, your boy got cheated. He's like, what? If y'all don't know, you know, Deontay walks to the ring with the outfit on. And that fat fuck, the fat nigga fuck in the media, what's that dude's name? Jason Shitcock, because he gets doodle on his dick. That guy, who's suspecting himself. He want black men to be pro-family and, you know, get a wife or whatever. It sounds good, but I'm looking at you, bro. You don't have a girlfriend. You don't have a girlfriend. Never married or nothing like that. Nothing, you know, and salute to you for keeping your private life out of the public eye. But if you had a loved one, I mean, everyone knew Oprah. You know, everyone was saying Oprah, you know, that her boyfriend of 30 years, forgot that dude's name. I just did a show on him on Pep Talk. Go subscribe to Painful Excellence podcast and Bear Cave Entertainment. Stedman is his name. Everyone's like, yo, Stedman is her beard. I'm like, no, Oprah's not gay. He's piping that, but she knows her fortune, she ain't sharing it. She's not sharing it. And that's fine. Whatever. But I'm looking at Jason Whitlock and I'm like, huh? Wait, the reason why I brought him up was because Trey Will, my brother, salute. D, what up? Vince, Corbin, what up? He was the one that clowned the outfit that Deontay wore to the ring. Called it the Wakandan outfit or whatever. And then you had the YouTubers on here, the knuckle dragging midget YouTubers out here. Hey, the Wakandans. Hey, he the Wakandans. Hey, you need to do all that. What? And then Deontay, when he took the helmet off, I was at the bar. My boy looked at me. He says, yo, does your man smoke? I said, not that I know of. And I'm looking at the screen at the bar. I said, holy shit, they got him. My man was like, who? I said, nah, nothing, bro. Nothing. Mac of the South, salute. I said, nothing, man. I knew what the fuck was. I knew what happened, man. I knew what happened. I knew what happened. I knew it. I knew it. Evander Holyfield after the fight said, you don't forget how to fight in one night. George Foreman talked about how he was poisoned before a fight. It's on YouTube. Evander Holyfield talked about how he was poisoned. I just saw a clip. Francis Ngannou, before the AJ fight, said he felt pretty funny. Now, I don't know. He said after the first knockdown, he said, I've been hit harder. You know, I said maybe he was concussed. But he said, man, he's fought with smaller gloves and hit by bigger punches in a cage. Hell, Tyson Fury hit him upside the head with an elbow. He didn't even shake. You mean to tell me that Anthony Joshua hit him like, listen, I ain't talk about it like that. But the Anthony Joshua, Francis Ngannou knockout looks strange. Not the last punch. I'm talking about the first knockdown. It looks strange to me. And the fact that he never recovered, hey, man. Hey, man. It's boxing, right? Right. Then you got Mark Breland. I never gave Deontay no water. In between every round, what are you giving Deontay? He's giving him water out the bottle, y'all. I think it was a bottle of Dasani. Normally, people bring their own water, and it'd be like in a Gatorade bottle or something. And if it was Dasani, that is the worst water. What the fuck's wrong with Dasani water? It's disgusting. Why is it so thick? Dasani is to water what Sunny Delight is to orange juice. Sunny Delight is disgusting. Why is it so thick and sweet? It's not orange juice. I never gave him water. We're watching you give him water. What are you talking about? And what's this blood coming out his ear? The fuck was that? Bust our brother's face up. Fury got blood all over him. He's wagging his tongue at the audience. And I'm seeing a bunch of knuckle draggers laughing. I told you your man was trash. I refuse to even fuss with niggas like that. You know why? Because they don't see what I see. Anything at that point was an excuse. But I know what I saw. And then when I got home and saw Larry Merchant on the couch with Sean Porter smiling, xenomorph mouth Sean Porter smiling, I was like, you know what? There's no hope. There's no hope. Shout out to Prince Charles Martin when he said, hey, man, I never seen a glove do that. I said, what's he talking about? And this after the first fight. The glove was off this nigga hand, bro. Then Ricky Hatton. Oh, he said it was pull me glove up. The glove is off. I pulled me glove up. Why is it off in the first place? What? And then I said, wait. You know why I believe this dude cheated? Because he has a track record of cheating. John McDermott, Christian Hammer, Steve Cunningham. Nevin Pajic, who I've had on the show. Nevin. I talked about that. He told me. He said, man, the night before, him and his wife ordered a room service. They ate in the middle of the night. Motherfucker had rocket ship explosive diarrhea. He got poisoned. Had to fight the night before. If you had diarrhea, you're dehydrated, and you can't eat anything because your guts is not well. All you can do is drink. He went in that fight and still was giving Fury a headache. But his health caught up to him that night. He got cheated. Y'all want to talk about that? And shout out to Nevin. I just spoke to him 2 weeks ago. So just so I'm clear, I don't fuck with Tyson Fury. And let me add to this. Leading up to the third fight, I want you guys to understand this guy tried to get out the way of the third fight. He tried to get out of his contractual obligations. He tried to get out of it. Did y'all forget that Bomb Squad had to fight in the court for him to fulfill his contract? Did y'all forget that? Every time y'all said Deontay didn't want to do something, he ran around and did it. And if he was unsuccessful, y'all celebrated. And I don't see nothing but a bunch of knuckle draggers doing this. You've been trained to hate yourself. I mean, I expect as much. You don't know your dad and your mama twerking online. I'd expect that. I call that a broken household. You call it normal. Nah, Drew, you know how it is. No, I don't. I don't subscribe to any of that. That's y'all niggas. 2-parent household. Marriage. Got some kids. Right now, I'm going back and forth on Instagram with a lab rat right now. A lab rat. Over this animal that raped 3 girls and he just got like house arrest or something. Y'all see that? Y'all will see that on Pep Talk, probably tonight. And then you found out that judge has a lineage of her family members on that bench. A lineage of family members. That means grandpa, great-grandpa, my dad, and me. A lineage on that bench. And they came and got that white kid from his house. It was the most peaceful arrest. When they banged the gavel, he didn't go to prison. He went home. Counseling. And the judge that did that, she looked like a beast. Where the feminists at? Oh, I'm sorry, that was a future zaddy that did that. Y'all ain't got no smoke for that, right? Story's a few days old. Where the feminists at? But when someone replays something that Kevin Samuels said, he get 1 million comments. A chick still fussing with him from beyond the grave. You just had this white boy do this shit to 3 different women, almost killed one of them. Of grape. Peaceful arrest. No knees on the back of his neck. No one ran up in there. No SWAT. SWAT didn't run up in there. Nothing. He home right now, chilling. Shout out to you feminists. Keep telling y'all full of shit. Y'all all full of shit. All of you. Y'all not real. Y'all are fake. You boxing fans. Y'all are fake as hell. Sidebar. Have I lied on Teofimo? I ain't even get to Ryan yet. Have I lied on Teofimo or Tyson Fury yet? Have I lied? Stop me when I'm lying. Someone, I know I got a lot of dick watchers. Tell me I'm lying on this guy. I don't have to. If you perceive anything, because I'm telling you the story how it went. If you see it different, speak now. I'll continue. Tyson Fury's a cheater. Where's the toxicology report? There's a lot of things in Deontay's camp that I firmly believe they were ignorant to. Deontay Wilder's only crime was he trusted that everyone had the same level of integrity that he had. And he learned the hard lesson. So in the third fight, against all odds, because since then you found out about Daniel Kinahan. Shout out to my brother Art Hostage in the UK, because he put us up on game. You found out about MTK Global, Daniel Kinahan, the Irish mob boss who's still at large. Tyson Fury's best friend. He got into the sport of boxing. I'm seeing pictures of Daniel Kinahan and Mauricio Silliman and Rick Glasser and Bob Arum. And when we did our homework, again, shout out to Art Hostage, I said, this guy's bad news. Daniel Kinahan's bad news. Wait a minute, MTK Global, that's him? Oh, shit. Barry McGuigan in a documentary saying, yeah, the guy came up in all white gyms. He took all my fighters. He threw money around and took them. And, you know, he's a big old monster. What am I going to do? I'm just going to open my gym and I'm going to keep working. Dudes tried to shoot him. I'm talking about Daniel Kinahan. There was an attempt on his life and he got away. He's the real deal. He's a gangster. He's the real deal. Well, boxing's the perfect place for him. That's pugilist. Salute. Perfect place for him. Find out who's involved in guns and drugs and human trafficking. You name it, he did it. Got into boxing. Had Mauricio Silliman, people telling him, hey, man, don't mess with that guy. He got some other shit going on. And he said, I am judging Daniel Kinahan based off of what he does for boxing. I am not Interpol. I am not the police. Rick Glasser said, I lost some followers today because of my support of Daniel Kinahan's presence in boxing. And I will continue to support all those that are assets to the betterment of the sport and business of professional #boxing. And no, he used the wrong no. This tweet is not getting deleted. Well, a week later, America put a $5 million bounty on his head. Bob Arum says he says, no, we're going to communicate and we're going to comply with the law. But I said, Bob, wasn't you just working with this guy?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Well, there goes that. Hey, Mauricio, what's going on with Daniel Kinahan? Oh, I made big mistake. Yeah, you asshole. Literally 7 days later. Now, why am I bringing this up? Daniel Kinahan is wanted. $5 million. Anthony, what up? He's wanted. Copper, what up? Still at large. That was Tyson Fury's best friend. Because of his association with Daniel Kinahan, MTK Global, right? All of those fighters that ran over there and got paid, it went belly up. All of them were on a no-fly list. Now you can't, because of your association with him, you can't fly to America. A lot of fighters had to work that out before they came here. Josh Taylor was one of them. What's her name? That was beefing with Clarissa Shields. She was another one. When Clarissa had went live and said, hey, we were supposed to face off in New York, Clarissa didn't know she was on a no-fly list. Okay? And the biggest dummy of them all, Tyson fat-ass Fury. So when I talk to these quote-unquote Fury fanatics in America, I'm like, well, why has he done any appearances anywhere in America. He had a house in Vegas. Why haven't you seen him anywhere here? Oh, I don't know. And I say to them, did you know he's not allowed on American soil? And he never fought for the right to come here. Savannah Marshall, thank you, main biker. Savannah Marshall got caught up in that shit. And he's not fighting for the right to come here. There's nothing left for him to do here but to dethrone the black face of boxing, heavyweight. He was brought in to do a job. He don't care to come back here. He don't care. The Furies are not allowed on American soil. Not him, not his brother, not his cousin, Huggy Fury. Big John wasn't allowed here because of something he did when he was younger. He thumbed somebody's eye out. So you have a lineage of real criminals there, and y'all keep telling me about Deontay Wilder, who went against the odds and came into boxing to help his daughter and support her disability to make sure she got the proper medication. That's a story. That's the American dream, against all odds. Undersized, not in height, because he's 6'7", but in skill set. But this 200-pound man is knocking out people 50 pounds heavier than him because he got the strength of God in that right hand. And y'all want to talk negative about him to me? You niggas are crazy. You slaves are out your cotton-picking mind. And you want to tell me keep it boxing? What the fuck was Tyson Fury doing with detached thumbs, jerking around Josh McDermott with gloves? He cheated Nicholas Asbury, who I had on the show. And by the way, if you're looking for the show that I had with me and Stormy and Tay Jones and Nicholas Asbury and my brother Classic, YouTube took it off. I was just looking for it. It's not in my archives anymore. I gotta go in my hard drive and re-upload it. I can't find it. You see? Documentation beats conversation. Who was in my chat? Young Reek, salute. Snacks, what up? When I had Nicholas Asbury, it was me, Stormy, Tay Jones, Nicholas Asbury, and my brother Classic. Deontay was in the chat. You know that live is not my archives? Nicholas Asbury was the boxer who revealed that Fury cheated. Let me see if I can find it. Where he talked about the glove to, okay. Funny. Everybody else video is up here except mine. Okay. Now I gotta go to this bitch ass nigga Ellie Nutsack. So let's bring it up to look at this. Look at this, y'all.
Removed, but I'll explain. Everlast make all kinds of gloves.
Well, I'm gonna mute him. Let me tell you what you're looking at. Nicholas Asbury was flown in to help Deontay Wilder. To help Tyson Fury prep for Deontay Wilder. He beat Fury's ass in sparring the first day. The next day, he was fighting Fury, and he was getting beat up. Like, the punches felt different. And he was saying, hey, man, what the fuck's going on? And then he found this. And he said there was padding removed from the glove. And when he brought it to their attention, you know what the team said? They said, sorry, we were just trying to build our fighters' confidence. They didn't say, hey, man, you're lying. No, because he recorded this. If y'all ever held professional gloves, your thumb is not supposed to be able to go that deep into a fucking glove, man. They removed the padding out there. And he also said on my show that he turned one of the gloves sideways and an egg weight fell out. Why do you think Deontay had that fucking dent in his head? So when he said that, I said, oh shit. You don't just line up and cheat right away. You practice cheating so you can get away with it. Tyson Fury's never been a power puncher. He's a swarmer, and he's just big, and he leans on you. He tires you out. He was training how to cheat Deontay. That's why the brother got a dent in his fucking head. So when we said egg weights, it came from somewhere. I didn't know Nicholas Asbury until he came on the show. I said, whoa, what's this? Padding from the gloves. And you know what a lot of people say? Well, that's typical. He did it to Christian Hammer. He did it to John McDermott. See, I don't know this. But you've been trained to hate someone that looks like you. Thank you, Coach Hudson. But these knuckle draggers don't know what they don't know. So Nicholas was on my show, and he spoke about that. And what the clowns do to deflect? Oh, well, Nicholas never done anything in his career, and we're not talking about that. We're talking about his experience with Tyson Fury. Talk about that. Stick to the topic. And now this man is not allowed, and this is going on about maybe 4 years now. Tyson Fury is not allowed on American soil. Do you know how many dumb knuckle draggers don't know that? They're like, huh? Why? Huh? Why? Yeah, him and his brother. Huh? What? Why? What? Why? Oh, you don't know? You know, Daniel Kinahan. So now, when we say Deontay was fighting against a cheating-ass opponent in the ring, referees, judges, he was fighting against an entire system. And you niggas think that we just making this shit up. That's why I say, man, fuck y'all, man. For real. Fuck y'all with a lit flare. I've been singing They Not Like Us before Kendrick Lamar wrote that lyric. I've been singing it for the past 30 years. Yes. You're not me. And they love it when you're ignorant. That's the definition of a nigga. Oh, they're just gonna say it's boxing. We're gonna do what we want. Oh, they're just gonna say that their brothers are just being racist and they're just overdoing it. No. They're so concerned about winning an argument rather than to say, hey man, you know, this is what it is. They just want to win an argument. Ever seen these videos with these black women when they finally get those cuffs put on their wrist? And you're watching the video like, man, all she had to do was comply with the cop. All she had to do was walk away and maybe dude wouldn't have punched her. All she had to do was this and all she had to do was that. But you ever seen a chick out of her mind? I don't care. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't care, yo, that ass. I don't care. Yeah, you better start caring. You about to get fucked up, shot, stabbed. You see these sisters wilding out on TikTok, how they gonna run up in Walmart and start robbing shit? Okay. Dead ass. I don't care. Yeah, you go ahead and warm up. Somebody, one of those chicks gonna get their heads blown off. That's all I'm saying. I ain't singing Gangsta Lean. I ain't marching. I ain't saying shit. When 10 white women walk through that front door and the only person they shoot is the black woman, I am not doing shit. Yo, Drew, it's racist though. Yeah, it is. What the fuck you want me to do? I've been telling the sisters to calm down for years. You want to listen? Well, they've been waiting for a reason to treat y'all like how they've been treating black men. Y'all loving on Zaddy and y'all hate us anyway, so now y'all deal with it. Fuck y'all. If it's F me, it's F you too. But anyway, All right, you're strong and independent. You don't need no man. So you go ahead and do it. Incels, all this talk about incels and men ain't shit. Okay. He broke. The motherfucker that's making $35,000 a year, he's eating on Thanksgiving. You and your 12 kids from Pookie may not be. So he's looking really good right about now, right? Because that's that Dwayne Rock Johnson looking dude with the six-pack and the strong six figures. He ain't checking for your fat ass like we all said. He's eating with his family on Thanksgiving. You mad at Uncle Sam that you accepted as your husband back in 1965. But I don't want to get off on no pep talk now. This is the bed that y'all made 50, 60 years ago. Now you're going to lay in it. I don't feel sorry for none of y'all hoes. But anyway, that's a little pep talk. We're back to Fury. Fury's no longer allowed on American soil. He's friends with a drug dealer. I'm sorry, not a drug dealer. A cartel leader. And it's so bad that he's not allowed on American soil, him or his family. So just so I'm clear, that's why I don't fuck with Tyson Fury. Now, Ryan Garcia, this is the latest thing in schmuckery. Do I need to even get into this? You know what? I'm not. Because just yesterday, I had some clown coming in here, and it wasn't a Latino, it was a nigga. Oh, he just signed to fight Mario Barrios. Oh, man, he's going to be the main event while Devin Haney and Brian Norman are not. Ha, ha, ha. And I just said, hey, look, niggas, y'all argue with that. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. Rabbit, salute. I'm not. I don't need to argue with someone that supports Ryan Garcia. I don't. I really don't. The man said, I want to resurrect George Floyd, kill him again, and join the Ku Klux Klan. He said ERs, we putting ERs in the ER for real. Translation, niggas put niggas in the emergency room for real. When did he become a spokesperson for what black people do? And who is he speaking for? He was hot in them streets, wasn't he? Wasn't he? Nice, right? And then when shit calmed down, he says, yeah, man, I was on shrooms. I'm like, whoa. Y'all ain't hear that? We just gonna go past it. He was on drugs? And how's he awarded? A couple of paydays. Right? Devin Haney is the victim in all of this. It was proven. They blamed vitamin supplement companies. They blamed Devin for being pillow fist, for his nose being wide. I mean, damn, Devin's light skinned. Y'all can't even ride with that? Sheesh. And there's still niggas out here rocking with Ryan Garcia after everything he did and everything he said. Drugs ain't the reason, man. He was supposed to smoke Rolly Romero. He made Rolly Romero look like fucking shit, I don't know. He had him in there looking like an old Terry Norris. Still had some dog in him, but didn't have enough dog to get the work done. Y'all know Taco Head, he loves anything that's not black. Taco Head hates his eyes, he hates his skin, and he hates himself. That's why I don't tolerate niggas like that. We've been in the same vicinity. I just walk away from him. I don't want to be around him, bro. I don't want to be around him. I was trying to get a picture at the Fatal Fury at the Palladium. I was trying to get a goddamn picture of the stage, and I had to walk around him. He's talking to some girl, and this nigga literally jumped out his skin. I said, damn, nigga, what's wrong with you? That nigga thought his time was up right there. And right there I knew. I said, man, this is a bitch-ass nigga right here. He literally jumped. Now, I ain't paid no mind. When me and Clarence McLean, and Clarence is in the chat, he can, I swear to God this happened. We're driving home. I'm driving to Harlem to drop Clarence off. I got a phone call. I put it on speaker. Niggas like, yo, why you do that? I said, do what? Yo, you scared the shit out of showbiz. I said, how the fuck did y'all even see that? Well, somebody was airing it on their YouTube and saw it. The press conference was over, but they left their shit running. And I forgot. And then Tay Jones calls me and he saw the same shit. I said, yo, he's pussycat. What can I tell you? That happened. He's a coward. And he's a smut for pay. The wrong thing nets him dividends. When Deontay had the dent in his head off of Tyson Fury, he mocked it. Look at the shit he said about Devin. Look at how he slurps Teofimo. He clowned Deontay. How he slurps Ryan Garcia. Got him a DAZN deal, didn't it? You give head for yours, man. I'll die for mine. I'm cool with my little 9,250 plus subs. I'm cool with that because those are real ones. Quantity versus quality is what he's into. I'm into quality versus quantity. Little 120 people I see here every morning in my live streams, I'm cool with that. These motherfuckers with 300 people in their live stream while he in there talking about while eating chicken, talking about Devin Haney, he just couldn't avoid the left hook with his eyes all out his head. Fuck you talking about? I can't be around knuckle draggers like that. I refuse. Everything that he said still stands. Did he have to cut a check like Kyrie Irving? Did he have to sit down with our leaders and apologize? No, because we ain't got no leaders. Kyrie Irving just referred people to a goddamn documentary. He almost got kicked out the cheating ass NBA. And I said, you know what? He's right in theory, but I don't want to see this brother throw his money away, man. You know what? Just apologize and move on. And that's what he did. But he wasn't wrong. But I understand you gotta protect your bag, man. How do y'all feel finding out that the NBA is so fucked up and people gambling and all kinds of shit? Shit that I knew. This is not new. Tim Donaghy, he exposed this shit. If you was confused about it, y'all want to talk about the Lakers and Kings series? No. I knew the year before that, the Portland and Lakers series. Shaq and Kobe versus Rasheed Wallace and Scottie Pippen and who else was there? Steve Smith. I said, what the fuck's going on in this fourth quarter? I knew then. I always knew, but it was official then. Yes. Yes. I don't feel sorry for none of these fucking clowns. I don't feel sorry for any of them. I really don't. But Ryan Garcia never apologized. He justified it, said, hey, I was on shrooms. Never said sorry. Did he apologize to George Floyd's family for saying that? Did he ever cut them a check? Kyrie Irving had to cut a check to the Jewish community, had to sit down and get educated by their leaders. And Grand Regent Thrag salute. And I don't want to get too deep into it, You know, I ain't even gonna say that. I ain't even gonna say that. I ain't even gonna say that. Yeah, I heard he put 20K on Canelo. And he had a bunch, and now you niggas that hang on to every word he says, how y'all feel? If he put 20K on, he can afford it. But if you put $20 on Canelo, first of all, Canelo was the favorite. So to make money with Canelo, you had to take one of those. It couldn't be a Canelo wins bet. It had to be Canelo wins by 8th round with such and such left on the clock. You had to take one of those crazy bets to get an ROI on that. Yes. How many of you dumbass knuckle draggers running behind Showbiz the grown adolescent, followed him and took his advice and made that bet? We were over here saying, yo, man, I don't know what y'all watching. I understand why y'all pick Canelo, but if you know a little bit about boxing, Canelo, your Bud's all wrong for this dude. I know what you're thinking, but Bud's all wrong for this dude. He's all wrong. Y'all go ahead, though. Now, I know when it all boils down to it, they said, you know what, Bud can't win. He's too dark-skinned. And, you know, boxing is boxing, meaning that it's corrupt. So even if it goes 12, they're going to give it to Canelo. I said, no. Something ain't right with this. Once I saw Bivol get that win, I said, nah, they letting shit rock now. Mr. Shelton in that super chat, he says, come on, bro, not my Lakers. Hey, man, you saw what I saw. Now you was on the good end of things because the Lakers won. But I know what I saw, brother. BPMV, salute. I know what I saw. I saw that shit in the Portland Lakers series. I said, yo, this ain't right. Then the next year, the Sacramento Kings and the Lakers rivalry, I said, this ain't right, bro. Then a couple of years later, Tim Donaghy was arrested, and then he started spilling the beans. I said, oh, well, there it is. Ever since then, I stopped taking the damn league seriously. I did, man. I watched the Greek Freak take 5 steps into a layup. 5. And I don't watch ball no more like that. The one time I turned it on, I saw that shit and I said, what the fuck was that? I turned it right off. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. LeBron James, LeBron James is the running back. He's a guy, this nigga be on the NBA floor playing NFL Street. Remember that? I can't do it. And now they showing people on the bench hiding their mouth when they're talking. The team's winning, but that dumb nigga is looking at the scoreboard like, oh, it's a disease. These niggas is only betting 50,000, which is a drop in the bucket for them. 50,000 on bets and shit. This dumb nigga had a poker table with see-through glasses on some X-ray shit. Man, if I lost to him, if I lost a hand to him, I'd have been texting him, yo, bro, I'm not even gonna tell you I'm gonna snuff you. I'm coming to your house, bro. Give me my money back. You had some see-through shit. You getting banged on. Get my money ready. Cash out me my bread right now. I'm not even playing with you, bro. Nigga had see-through glasses and see-through cars. Y'all saw that shit? Fuck you mean? Look what my brother Grand Regent Thrag said. You see that? crazy. Doesn't that just taint the game for you? Yo, bro, I'd have been like, yo, Chauncey, I'm not hearing nothing they saying, bro. I put up 20 racks and I lost it, and we just ate some hot wings and cracked the beers. It's just the game, man. But you cheated, bro. It's okay. Give me my bread, though. That was fucked up, Chauncey. I thought we were cool. No problem. Just give me my bread, though. If I don't get my bread, I'm gonna beat the shit out you, bro. And who knows how long you been doing that shit, bro? Now it's all in your sport. So let me ask you a grand question. If that's happening in the NFL, and they got grapists running around there too, you got Brett Favre running around there robbing black people and all kinds of shit. Roethlisberger raping chicks and Brett Favre robbing black people. But Michael Vick was having dog fights and his career was never the same. Take his money, throw him out. Oh, poor dogs. Right? Remember that? So when I talk about this itty-bitty thing called boxing and say, hey, man, there's a lot of racial things going on here behind the scenes and in our face, and you niggas are just disregarding things, and you want to tell me I'm wrong? Y'all know why I got them holding those white sheets over their head? Yeah, just get a clue. Get a clue. And if you look really hard in the back, you see those eyes? Wait till they put the sheets down. There's a pair of eyes back there. You see that? You know what that is? And y'all gonna have to see this on my Patreon. That's a black man in a Klan's hood back there. I just made it really, really, I took the capacity all the way down because, you know, YouTube don't like me much, and that's cool. That's cool. When I talk about a code, you don't know what I'm talking about. And that's fine. Because if you don't know what I'm talking about, you were never with me. And I'm content understanding that your parents failed you and you have no knowledge of self. And I'm cool with that. So you got a racist in Teofimo Lopez who's insecure. You got a racist in Ryan Garcia who's unapologetic. And you got a motherfucker that's living with the privilege of white supremacy. And he's gotten away with any and everything. You got 3 clowns on here that's gotten away with everything because they didn't have the fear of God put in them. And we are gods. They have the fear of God put in them and letting them know, might not be in the ring, but outside that ring in all walks of life, there will be consequences and repercussions. Tyson Fury is not allowed in America. He didn't care. He fought in Saudi twice. He's a multimillionaire, and he hasn't been brought to justice yet about Deontay Wilder shit. And even when his relationship with Daniel Kinahan came about, you knuckle draggers, ignore it. Teofimo Lopez could still do what he does. Ryan Garcia still getting $1 million paydays. But I'm crazy though, right? That's cool. That's cool. When you live in a you're living in a world where like this whole brick face lady who was found guilty. That smut, what she did was dangerous, and y'all don't understand it. What she did was dangerous. She blamed black men for something that happened to her, which was a made-up, exaggerated story. And even when the facts came out, someone sent me a video of this dreadlock nigga, Conscious Lee, I think his name is. Man, look, I done seen 1,001 Conscious Lees growing up, man. I done seen 1,001 of them. Right? And all these slick talking, fast talking niggas, they may say something that makes sense every now and again. But some motherfuckers don't want to call them out when they say something stupid. He came to the defense of this brick lady because he was pandering to these hoes. And when people started doing and shout out to the queen of accountability. If y'all can find her anywhere on your social platforms, please follow that woman, because she was on her ass. Not to look for something wrong, but she just investigated the situation and she started finding out things about her. This woman was abusing, first of all, she was abusing people. She's slapping white people in the face and twerking. She's an open lesbian, but she's a Muslim. And which is, I don't understand how the fuck that works. And when she had gotten to that situation, nigga, you found out that her face was swollen prior to all of that. She was at a club, I think earlier that day or the night before, with a mask on. Her shit looked lumped up under the mask. And she had access to like something that you could inject into your face. It was a whole scheme. And she did get into an argument with a dude, an argument that she initiated, and there's evidence of her. She has a track record of starting arguments in public. And she hit him first. And he threw something at her, but it was like a water bottle. It wasn't no brick. She came back and said, I got hit with a brick, and these black men. This is coming from a Somali lesbian. They should deport her ass if they can. Where's Trump at? A black Somali lesbian Muslim? What is she doing here? Get out. Get out, bitch. And then blame black men. All these black men just stood around. Dudes are like, what are you talking about? What? You know she put black men in danger because there's a bunch of conscious Lees out here that think they're doing the work of the Lord. They could have dragged the Uber driver close to the area and just whipped him out of his car and put the boots to him. He's like, what? It could have been a dead brother over a black bitch lie. And then when all of the things come out, I did see the video when Conscious Lee had to apologize. You know why? Because there was brothers saying, yo, bro, I fucks with you, but you wrong on this, bro. And he started losing support. Steve L, salute. And Kamara, what up? And he had to apologize. So that was my introduction to that guy. And that's all I need to see, man. I don't deal with panderers, man. You guys ain't got no wives at home. So you training dudes how to do what you do. So you do get dudes that don't know any better following your dumb ass. And the sisterhood will run behind you and put bread in your pocket. Where's the sisterhood on this cracker that just raped 3 women and just got sentenced to house arrest and counseling? Where y'all for that? More on that probably tonight. Oh, her baby daddy's black American? Oh, that's probably why she turned bull dyke. You know how these women are. They choose wrong. They choose the wrong guy. They choose the guy that's physically appealing and can satisfy sexual ambitions in the bedroom, but he ain't shit. And then he leaves her ass. I just signed up to smash you. Because Rhoda thick. She thick. She ain't ugly. She thick. But what man's going to want to be around her? She's a nightmare. So whoever he was, he may have been a bad dude. She may have chased him off. But then they say, oh, yeah, I'm gay. Then they say that. Who's that other hoe? Calls black men bullet bags. That other smut. All this shit to say about black men. And I say, wait a minute. She got a son? Why is she saying all this shit about black men? She has a son. And then you find out the father of the child is a habitual baby daddy. He had like 4 kids. She's like the 3rd or 4th baby mama. And she's the last one. And she knew about his track record. What did I just say about women more concerned about their sexual gratification than picking the right man? So we're bullet bags and we ain't shit. But you're raising a son and you chose an ain't shit dude. Whose fault is that? All of this is relevant, man. Because all this dysfunction I see in my community, the black community. And you give life to dudes like Charlie Kirk, who could come in there and bring facts, data, and statistics, but tell you a half-truth about those statistics. Which is why he only took his ass to colleges and debated those young kids who didn't have the proper temperament to debate him. He didn't. You think he didn't know the truth behind what he was saying? The real truth? You know what the disgusting thing is? You niggas don't know. Because if you did, you should have been on his ass. You got all the time in the world to fuss with people on social media. But when Charlie Kirk was in your town, you couldn't bring it to him. The same way that you niggas will come in here and fuss and fight with us about Tank Davis, but we'll leave Paulie Malignaggi alone. Because y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. And I know that. Brother said Conscious Lee is on Democrats' payroll. It wouldn't surprise me. My only knowledge of that kid was during the Rhoda Osmond thing. And he was going hard for her. And all I was saying was, look, could it have happened? Probably. Let's wait until the facts come out. Because I don't like the fact of the idea that I don't like the idea of there may be a black man that got mad at a woman for declining his advances and then took a brick and hit her, because we don't want a guy like that running the street either, right? I said that. I said, nah, okay. And then people started saying, hey, man, you know, she's a habitual liar and she's twerking around while smacking white men in the face. And I'm like, okay. All of that is bad. But that has nothing to do with this. Let's get to the facts of this. Because bad shit happens to bad people all the time. You heard what I just said? But it's a boy who cries wolf kind of thing. That was like George Floyd. I've seen niggas get on panels and say, no, you know, George Floyd, he was a bad dude, though. He beat women and did this and did that and did this and did that. I'm like, what does that have to do with that knee on his neck, though? And then silence. I understand all of that. I can't deny or confirm what kind of person he was. I didn't know him. I do know I saw that cracker put the knee on his neck until he died. And at that moment, that has nothing to do with what. Now, if you want to say that was God's karma, you could say whatever you want to say. I saw a cracker put his knee on his neck and he left it there. I saw a public lynching. That's what I saw. One thing ain't got nothing to do with the other. If Ryan Garcia right now got beat up by a 7-foot-tall Diesel Dirk Nowitzki looking German right now, and we say, why the hell did this giant dude beat up Ryan Garcia in the street? Why? Oh, he was banging his girl. Oh man, that's fucked up. Ryan in a hospital. Well, you know what I'm going to say? Well, good for him. I could say that that's God's karma. I could say that. But why he got beat up, that German dude wasn't fighting on behalf of black people. While he was beating them, was he saying, this is for what you said about George Floyd? No. He was beating on him because he was banging his girl. Now, I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, man. But the George Floyd comment would not have been the reason why he got his ass kicked. Now, I could be glad he got his ass kicked, but it sounded like some of you niggas was glad that George Floyd had the knee on his neck. Let me ask you a question. The women that he allegedly beat and slapped up, and did he kill any of them? So you're judge, jury, and executioner now. You're Judge Dredd. He deserved that knee on the neck is what you're saying. You knuckle draggers need to wake up, but you know it's no. You don't need to wake up. Stay asleep so I know where you are. Stay asleep so I know where you are. Thank you, Jose. He was handcuffed. He was handcuffed and face down. He couldn't have did anything. I want y'all to try this today. Lay on your stomach and put your hands behind your back and then try and stand up. If you're on your back, you could sit up and probably get up, but you're on your stomach, you got to roll to your back. While you're trying to roll over to your back, all the cop has to do is nudge you with his foot and say, stop moving, man, stop moving. The knee didn't have to be on his neck. It could have been in his shoulder blade, on his buttocks. He could have took his boot and put it on the back of his Achilles. That shit hurts. You don't want to move after that. But the knee went on the neck. And I still see niggas talking about, oh, well, George was a bad guy. Y'all remember Mike Brown? But he tried to rob a store, though. I said, wait a minute. Do y'all know what strong arm robbery is? Strong arm robbery means you do it with no gun, no dangerous instrument, no gun, no knife, no pipe, nothing. He went in there and said, give me your shit, and left. That was the story. Okay, cool. Then the cop said, oh, well, yeah, he went for my gun. That's what they all say. Then people start saying, hey, man, nah, he ain't go for that. He didn't go for the gun. Everything that faggot said was a lie. Everything he said was a lie. Mike Brown got shot. Was he a saint? No. Did he deserve death? No. I literally watched the video. This brother sitting in a gas station. The cop walks up to him. Hey, what are you doing here? He said, I'm chilling. What? And the cop started escalating something that he had nothing to do with, put his hands on the brother. And then he was like, he looked at his co-workers and said, gun. And dude was like, gun? What the fuck you talking about? It's on video. He said, gun. I'm like, this motherfucker don't know he's being recorded? Hey, what you doing here? Nothing, I'm chilling. Yo, what's your name? I ain't got to give you that. I've been sitting here before y'all pulled up. Then they go back and forth. Then he puts his hands on the brother. So let me see your hands. He said, my hands are right here. He looks over his shoulder and says, gun. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah, I know, but shit like that don't be happening. Man, oh man, okay. I will vote for Donald Trump. Half the motherfuckers got deported or know someone that got deported. I'm getting too deep for y'all. But just so I'm clear, fuck all these three dudes. I just want to remind y'all. Don't ever ask me why I don't support these guys. I just told you. And this is just part one. Part two is probably Wednesday. Man, stay sleeping.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
All my troubles come more nigga. Yeah, it makes me mad. Why you niggas are so against somebody for you?
How much longer do you think your
It
mouth
makes
is gonna
me
be
so
able to carry?
mad. Long enough to beat your ass if you fuck up. That's right. You might not get out of the stadium tonight. You gotta be cool because you've been watched.